Dr. Masisi led multitudes at the National Stadium in celebration of the country's 57th Independence Day. The building of more rehabilitation centers is cited as a critical step towards fighting substance abuse. And Joining Galaxy advances to the group stages of the CAF Championships League. Once again, a very good morning, good evening to you. And Amanta Babili will be translating for us in sign. In this news, President Dr. Masisi led multitudes of Botswana who thronged the National Stadium this morning in celebration of the country's 57th Independence Day. In his independence message, the president encouraged Botswana to reflect on their lives as a people, as well as embrace the recently launched Mindset Change campaign.
The National Stadium was filled to capacity with captivating displays by members of the uniformed forces for the first time in 3 years following the COVID-19 outbreak, which restricted the nation from celebrating the independence the usual way. In his Independence Day message, the president urged the nation to consider the less privileged as they celebrate the country's achievements.
I want us to use the occasion of our independence celebrations to reflect on our lives as a people, how far we have come, where we went wrong, what we did right, and what we can still achieve. As we celebrate today, let us also remember those who may be less fortunate than ourselves. Let us extend a helping hand and offer a plate of food to a neighbor in line with our true Botswana tradition of togetherness. Let us, as is custom, visit our home villages and reminisce on the good old days when Buipuso used to be the real Buipuso.
The president also implored the nation to use Independence Day as an opportunity for a profound mindset change.
As you may recall, I recently launched the Mindset Change campaign in Zutswa, in Kgaladi North District, regarding which I once again call upon all Botswana and non-Botswana living within our shores to embrace. Let us all remember that our social, economic progress lies in our collective mindset, and therefore we ought to rethink our priorities for the future we wish to create.
The month of September is not only significant for independence celebrations, but was also set aside as the month of prayer for the socially ills engulfing the nation.
The government of Botswana and DBS Group have signed the heads of terms of the Botswana sales agreement and mining licenses that was agreed in principle in June. The new deal gives a new 10-year sales agreement that allocates 30% of rough diamonds to Botswana that will steadily increase to 50% by 2034. Majadi Mukiwelo with more.
The Minister of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Lefoko Moagi, and DBS Group Chief Executive Officer Al Cook signing the new diamond mining and sales agreement. The agreement is said to be a complex arrangement that is broken down into many phases that include mining and sales. Mr. Moagi says it is a great milestone for this country's diamond sector, which plays a key role in growing Botswana's economy.
We are, as Botswana, extremely pleased to have agreed and signed the heads of terms of the new Botswana sale agreement and mining licenses with our partners being DBS. This is a very important step forward as we progress towards the finalization of all the next necessary documents and implementation of transformational new agreements. The new chapter we are embarking on will see more skills development and job creation for Botswana and more diamond beneficiation done locally here in Botswana.
DBS Group applauded the leadership of this country for its confidence in their contribution towards the development of the local diamond industry.
And I'd also like to start by thanking His Excellency President Masisi for his vision, his leadership that has allowed us to come to where we are today. He's been steadfast in his determination to get an agreement that is great for the people of Botswana in the long term. I'd like to thank the Honourable Minister for his leadership, the Permanent Secretary to the President, Mrs. Emma Pelopletsi, for her leadership, and all the others who played a role in this. This is a reminder for us in De Beers of how grateful we are for the way that the people of Botswana, the government of Botswana, has allowed De Beers to play a role over the last half-century in the development of diamonds in Botswana.
The sales component has remained contested in the 5 years between the government of Botswana and DBS Group, moving from a measly 10% to the milestone 30% this year that was reached in a protracted negotiation. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi has made it clear that the new deal must give Botswana more across the diamond value chain, and this has been a dream come true in the signing of this new agreement. Mojadi Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
HIV/AIDS continues to pose a serious threat to the health and well-being of the nation, especially the youth. Therefore, Botswana have been implored to join hands in fighting this pandemic. This was highlighted by the Assistant Minister of Health, Mr. Thomas Latisitswe, at the month of prayer closing session in Gaborone. Mojadi Mukibelo continues.
This is a platform that brings together stakeholders in the health sector to seek divine intervention regarding some of the emerging challenges in the sector, such as HIV/AIDS, non-communicable diseases, and road accidents. The Assistant Minister says these are challenges that threaten the future of the country as they affect mostly the youth.
Re ka nna le sengwe se re ka se bayang ha pele kana batho ba batang ha mara ga rona ba bona gore go ha go ntse go na le batho seng gore go ntse go na le phata ka gore nowadays what we say or do sa kwalo a go tshwane le tsene di dirwa ke batsadi ba rona bogologolo bana ba rona ba tsile go botsa gore a kana go tsewa re no le ko Ministry of Health nako ene go iragala dilo tse dintsi tse di kana se o se dirileng wena ha ngwe ngaka ha ngwe you are just a scientist o no dira eng.
However, other social ills such as gender-based violence demand for concerted efforts and attention from all stakeholders.
GBV e tsentse letsogo ga re bontshe boroko le mo ba direng ba botsogo e teng e re o bona mongwe ka wena o se ka re nya itshokehela hela malatsi a ba bolang re bone bona ba bangwe o kgone go thusega.
A change of lifestyle amongst the youth would go a long way in building a healthy nation.
Without our will, which can only happen through prayer, God will only look at us and wait for the day when His people will pray and say, because you made us and put us on earth as ambassadors, then come and make your will be done on earth. So we are going to die. So AIDS is going to kill us. So gender-based violence is going to maraud our country. So juvenile delinquency is going to skyrocket. Diseases are going to kill us until and unless the young people of earth pray and become the conduit, the connection for man to have a healthy lifestyle.
The youth have been called upon to introspect on their lifestyle and behavioral change, as they are the ones who are mostly affected by the social ills. Mojadi Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The chairperson of the Botswana Association of Addiction Professionals, Dr. Selemoga Matsetse, has urged the public and the private sector to build more rehabilitation facilities for people struggling with the use of drugs and substance abuse, as this is pivotal to curbing drug abuse in the country. Dr. Matsetse highlighted this at a recovery symposium held this week, which saw 11 recovering addicts being recognized for progress in beating addiction. Babetsu Mpulubusi was there.
As the use of illicit drugs and substance abuse continues to ravage the country, a lot of the youth are struggling with drug dependency. The Botswana Association of Addictions Professionals therefore aims to equip experts dealing with drug addicts with the relevant skills to help them recover and be rehabilitated back into the society, as there's a lot of stigma towards those who are recovering from drug addiction.
Ka jalo go dira gore batho ba rona ba hele ba sa kgone go tsena mo dithusong ka gore batho ba kgetholla ba bitsa maina a ankareng a lesotlo.
Without family, without community, we are nothing. So we need all of you, hence recovery for all. Our family support programs are needed to help families understand and rebuild our bonds with family and those that are in recovery.
Limited resources and facilities, particularly rehabilitation centers, remains a concern as most Botswana can hardly afford to go to neighboring countries for rehab.
So when people don't have personal recovery capital, resources that would ensure sustainability of recovery, there is going to be a likelihood of a lapse or a relapse.
Amongst these 11 awardees are former drug users who are willing to make an impact in the community and also parents recovering from the trauma of living with addicts.
And I'm on my 9th year of active sobriety, and I've told myself, with my life, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to become the ultimate sacrifice.
Building stronger partnerships was highlighted as a key player in rehabilitation and recovery. Wabetsui Mbulubusi, PTV News, Gaborone.
The Ipeleken program in Khansi has so far used the 7 million pula out of the 20 million pula that was allocated to the district in July for different Ipeleken projects, services and employment of Ipeleken workers, among others. This was revealed during a Khansi Full Council meeting recently. Letsa Mokwaisi compiled the report.
The Ipeleken department has different responsibilities geared towards improving the lives of Botswana, amongst them building destitute houses. Thus far, 7 million pula funds disbursed by council to carry out various duties within the department has been used.
Madi ana abukete ana ene le go dirisa mo go thapeng babereki ba Ipeleken ba le 2430. Modula setilo bofelong jwa kgwedi ya Auguste go ne go setse go hirilwe batho ba le 12,150 e leng goreng ka kgwedi ke 2,430 modula setilo.
Councillors also have an opportunity to deliberate on the Ipeleken report.
Ibikere ke lebogele le one kganyang ntlo ye go supalang ha e setse le mo seemong se le mo go sone tota go ma go ntse yana go a supa hela gore monna o ja ka ntse ke utlwa gore ke thobo o tshwere sentle mo le stile
gore ba Ipelegen ha bana le bone banana bao ba ba rabari me ba bona e le banana ba tshwanetse go ka bereka Ipelegen kana gona le thulagano e hapegileng e ba ka dira go rotloetsa banana ba gore dipalo tse ba di okotse ke tsa re ba tshwanetse ba le boikarabelo jwa go bona dipalo tse tsa banana tse dintsintsi tse re ka di okotsa jang.
I want the officer to define to me these characters as to what criterion was used to select them and what form of skills do they possess for them to be deemed as mindset change agents.
Takane go lebile thata mo go bo mma boipelego batho ba ba ithutetseng go ka sidila maikutlo a motho go tseng gone fong e be re ba tsaya e be re ba isa ko BNPC ba go trainwa e be nna di trainer facilitator ke bo mantswitswe di batho bale batho ba ba trainer ba le modula setilo ba tswa BNPC.
It was revealed that Ipelegen employees will soon start getting their salaries through electronic transfer through the Orange Money accounts as opposed to current arrangement where they get paid at the post office. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Khansi.
In more news, President Dr. Masisi says this year's 57th independence anniversary celebration is an opportune time for all Botswana to reflect on both failures and successes of the nation and the country and determine areas that require change. The president said this today in his official independence message before he headed to the National Stadium where crowds gathered to celebrate Independence Day. Keleteto Sumolakai compiled the report.
Since it gained independence in 1966, Botswana has made remarkable strides in various sectors of the economy, successfully transforming into a middle-income country. Through its National Vision 2036, the country aspires to further develop and attain a high-income status by the year 2036. As Botswana celebrates the 57th Independence Day, President Masisi called on Botswana to introspect and reflect on the country's developments through the years and its planned developments going forward.
I want us to use the occasion of our independence celebrations to reflect on our lives as a people, how far we have come, where we went wrong, what we did right, and what we can still achieve. Let us also acknowledge the foresight and great work of our forebearers and use the foundation they laid as a springboard towards greatness.
Botswana expressed gratitude over this day, which they said carried great significance to them.
sengwe se se diragalang ko stadiumong se ke ka go bona re go diragalang ko stadiumong ke itumeletse go bona masole ke bone parade. The president is also here, so we are all having fun. The kids are also having fun, and it's all, you know, we are all free, and it's all fun.
Like I have celebrate our birthday. Le Botswana ha celebrate our birthday or since re go celebrate le Botswana birthday ya Botswana.
It's a happy moment to celebrate a birthday for Botswana. We used to be colonized, but now we are free. And independence means that we have our own rights and justice.
You are witnessing the 57th Independence Anniversary celebrations hosted under the theme Mindset Change for Sustainable Development and Pride. Geletleletswe Somolekai, PTV News, Gaborone.
Residents of Quis in Kalahari South say Botswana was one of the poorest countries in the world when it gained independence in 1966, but has since overcome poverty and many challenges to become a stable and peaceful country that is the beacon of democracy for Africa and the world. Commenting on President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi's independence message, the residents said they too will overcome challenges by programming their minds to come up with solutions to problems instead of dwelling on the negative.
Residents of Quis came out adorned with the national flag colors to celebrate Independence Day at the main kota. Residents say this day is worth celebrating as it is a significance of Botswana's success in maintaining the reigning peace, stability and democracy it is renowned for. Over the 57 years of independence, residents say they hope for the nation to carry on with the unity that reigns amongst them and work together to propel the country forward.
Mo president wa rona na se bua sa gore ba tšhentšhe maikutlo ka gore batho ba tla bana le maikutlo a gore ba itumetse ba.
We have heard the president's message on mindset change and also that we have to look back on how far we have come as a country.
Ha ba teng gampiko le kwa ba yang teng go a supagala gore batho ba ka kono ba itlhaloganya jaaka o bona ke setse ke tswa ko tsabong. I
decided to come and celebrate independence at home where my family and friends are.
Sa bobedi jaaka re hetotse dilo jaaka ditse dintsi tautunare o tshwentswe ke le tshwenyego la gore.
The president also spoke on gender-based violence, pleading mostly with men to stop abusing women. Khosibo Thata Botshelong of Quis thanked residents for coming in large numbers to celebrate Independence Day. People came to the main kota to hear the message. After that, they went back to their wards to celebrate with food and song. Meanwhile, residents were employed to register in the upcoming national voter registration period for the 2024 general elections, which will run from November 1st until 30th. Botswana Television, Quis.
Meanwhile, Hansi Court President Ms. Anna Ranko said Botswana should be proud of their country, as the country has always been peaceful and since the country gained independence in 1966, something that that is admirable by some African countries. Kosi said this on Saturday at the Khansi Kota, where the community gathered to get Independence Day celebration speech from His Excellency the President. Lesego Mokwaisi compiled this report.
Renowned as a beacon of peace, stability and democracy worldwide, Botswana has been hailed for maintaining her standings even up to now. Since the country gained independence in 1966, it has proven itself to be self-reliant as it has successfully grown its economy and developed the socio-economic status of its people through the years.
Bote khotla le khotla motse le motse ba ipelela kagiso e ba nang le yone, ba ipelela tshwaragano e ba nang le yone, ba ipelela tirisano mmogo e ba nang le yone, ba ipelela botshelo jo ba botshelang jwa thokgamo mo ka sekgowa gatwe peace, justice, harmony and tranquility. Ke botshelo bo e leng gore bo a tshelwa mo Botswana. Harmony, justice, tshiamo ya mongwe le mongwe. Maybe le ba ipelela gore ba na le ditshwanelo ba gololesegile. All the fundamental rights, ditshwanelo tsa bone tsotlhe ba ipela ba na le molao motheo o ba direlang sengwe le sengwe, ba ipela ba na le melao e ba laolang maybe le sa ba kgothakgothe.
The unity reigning among Botswana's diverse tribes is said to be evidently keeping them close-knit together.
Rona hela mo gantsi mo re tshaba e harologaneng e hapegileng ka go kabakana ga rona ka letso ka tlhago ka tsalo hela le ka dithutego le tse dingwe o gakoloshelo ga o laba go bapa le o da go ithela go na le moselebe yo mongwe le moeharu go nne le mongwaketsi go nne le mokgata mme re mo lekgotleng le ka kagiso re le batho ba le bangwe hela selo seo ke sone se sa agileng le ga tshele.
Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Khansi.
And in more independence news, as is the norm, Independence Day celebrations were held in various kotlas across the country to mark this day. In Parakarungu village in the Chobe district, residents turned up in large numbers to receive His Excellency President Mokgweetsi Masisi's message and also subsequently feast to mark this occasion. Ke a leboga Eule with more.
In his independence message delivered to the residents by the Regional Director of Forestry, President Masisi encouraged the nation to introspect as well as to reflect on the milestones Botswana has achieved as a nation. He further underscored the need for the nation to employ the Mindset Change Initiative to improve their lives.
Re tlamega go ikaega ka dikakanyo dingwe tsa batsalwa pele tse di kgethegileng le go tshegetsa bosetšhaba jwa rona ka maatlametlo ebile re kanotse dihuba re sa ipelaele ka gope bagaetsho a re gakologelweng letsholo le ke le buluditseng ka kgwedi ya Phukwi kwa motseng wa Zutshwa mo kgaolong ya Kgalaga Dibokone ke letsholo la go fetola dikakanyo maikutlo le boitshwaro go sa kgathalese gore a o Motswana kgotsa moagedi wa lefatshe la Botswana.
Molaetsa wa hata utuna o thamaletse re tshwanetse gore rothe re utse o ntse jalo a re thape re nne bante.
Ke letsatsi la boipuso la boitumelo jwa mongwe le mongwe a gololesegile diketane di dule mo matsogo le mo maotong. Hallelujah.
Member of Parliament for Chobe, Mr. Machana Shamukuni, gifted these senior citizens and those born in the year 1966 with these gifts, saying he recognizes their role in the society.
Tautona o gakolotse mo mahokong a gagwe jaaka le a utule a supa gore le thako le le shala gelwa mo le thakong le le gologolo jaanong ga re ipela yana mo tsatsing la gompieno go na le basadi bagolo ba re ba togetseng ko malapeng ba seha ka ntateng ya bogodi ke tsela gore basadi bagolo ba ke batsadi ba rona ba bothe jaanong ga re ipela jana ba siyo ga re le bone re ba gopole ke emetse ha hela go ke batetse ka mphonyana.
The Independence Day celebrations in Parakarungu village were marked by different traditional activities, including dance and food. Gyalebra Eole, BTV News, Parakarungu.
And with that, let's take a look at what's in store for us in sports. Liza Osakeng is standing by. Liza, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Take it away.
Thank you so much, One Rabanteng. Good evening. My name is Liza Osakeng with your world of sport. And starting off with football news, the senior national football team, the Zebras, edged out Zimbabwe 4-3 through a penalty shootout in the Independence-friendly game played at the National Stadium this afternoon. The contest finished in a 1-1 draw at full-time, where Obriel Chirinda opened the scoring for Zimbabwe in the second half before Lemoga Masuena leveled for the home side, forcing the game to be decided from the spot kick. The international friendly was also used by coach Mokhomutsi Mpote to work on depth and combinations before the start of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers in November. Now let's take a look at the highlights of the game.
He Aubrey Chirenda Salanta e batla go tswa mo karolo ya ntlha motshameko a re bona the mighty Zebras wash Dutch Masina a ba gona go karaba mo di sekonteng fela di sekalo ba ba dira ka tseleng tsejang Brighton Bernardo Mabaya beautiful. Well taken penalty, Monaret. Better body. Ntoko! Abasireleza the Black Cat. Basalaba Japanati. Barati by the mighty Zebras. Baba! Wash!
I'm happy also with the transformation here, Botswana football. And I would just say for the technical team and the boys, you know, they did a very good job playing with this team and by our thing. So, bo molemo ja rona thata jo ke bo lebogelang thata tsatsile la boipuso bo ba hile ba Batswana boipuso Batswana ba e go robala ba itumetse ke sone se re se lebogelang thata. The boys played, you know, first half we could not construct properly because they did not they didn't have that composure.
My time is very short. I need to know the players, but we have three sessions, and the players adapt. The players today is play well, and very good game, a lot of opportunity, but no luck, and in the 90 minutes after the penalty. No have, I think, no have luck. The Botswana team deserve to win.
Now, Member of Parliament for Molepoole South, who's also the Minister for State President, Mr. Kabo Moroeng, says holiday tournaments such as the Good Samaritan tournament held in Molepoole yesterday brings constituents together to celebrate the country's independence through sport. The tournament was officially launched and will take place over the Independence holidays. Mr. Moroeng also indicated that his desire is for the tournament to grow bigger and better as it has the potential to harness talent of the youth. Jessica Pilane.
With independence celebrations well underway, over 90 football and netball teams from the Molepoole South constituency will gather to take part in the Good Samaritan tournament, meant to not only unify the residents here, but to also keep the youth busy enough to distract them from unsavory conduct, which could lead them astray.
ya ka ramo boipusonyana re bo re le mo metshamekong ke se le puso e se rotloetsa ka re ha re tshameka khantsa malwetsi di tla nyalla mo go rona mme ra go tswella ka tsone ga re go emisa thulaganyo e ka nnang ke go nna re change ha le rena re baakanya ka re baakanyang ka teng. So ke a le rotloetsa le le bonna ke le le ba le ratang metshameko gore a re emeng ka